And then you're gonna slip the sleeve.
I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
And welcome back. It's the early morning Sunday show with Cat. Cat's been outside all night. He even has got a cold paw, dude. And he's really crabby. Yeah, don't be on me, man. Okay, well, the show's already off to a rocky start. But that's the early morning Sunday show. The show where the host and the co-host really have no clue what they're doing. We just turn on a phone and away we go. So, hey, welcome back. So the opening was the Dog Olympics in Frankenmuth. Went to that last week. I've never done that, but there was, you saw the dog jumping. It was, the light brown dog. Yeah. Dogs I know there's types of dogs. I just don't know them all. But that's Blue. Blue is the dog from Jim Gleason, who owns Radio Wasteland Records. And he is an amazing jumper. He's one of the very best dog jumpers. I think he took third or fourth at this particular Olympics. So we went down to watch, and then of course we watched the other events that were going on, sheep herding, the police, the attack dogs, yeah, which is always fun to watch dogs attack people. It gives you a warm fuzzy. Frisbee, dogs, yeah, the whole thing. So it was a fun time, and of course as you walk, you have to always look because there's little bombs laying around there just waiting for you to step on wherever you go. Cat didn't come with. I don't know why. Whether it would have been exciting to have brought him to see what kind of reaction he would have got from the crowd. So that was it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. There. Okay, you licked me. All right. So that was that. And yeah, let's keep going. Hey, a couple weeks ago I talked about I had an album and I found something in there. I says, wouldn't it be cool if in our albums we would just all put in notes, put in things, so eventually when someone else does bring that album, unless you die and you make your coffin out of that album or you cremate them and you take them with you, but there's some little piece of you, of history in there. Daryl Vickers, funniest guy I know, and there's some very funny people in the VC, extremely funny. Some humor I just don't get. But Daryl Vickers, he wrote this. He goes, try putting this in there. He goes, so it's a note. You take out this note. You pull this note out. It says, thank God you found me, my brave, brave savior. I was beaten and stabbed and shoved into this record sleeve by a psychotic maniac with moldy fists and green teeth. He swore that was going to track me down and finish the job. Wait. Did you hear that? Was it ominous footsteps? For the love of all that's holy, please tell me that you locked all your windows and doors. Run! Think about this. If you found that in a record sleeve, that would be so hilarious. Yeah, okay, I'm easily entertained. So what? But that... Daryl, you're the best. The crap you send. if when you watch, if you're one that watches the videos and likes to read what other comments, find off the beaten track. Generally, it's something that's just out of this world. Daryl writes comedy. I mean, serious, as professional. So, oh God. Well, there we have it. Okay. So, you want to see some records? What the hell? Why not? I got nothing else going on today. Actually, I do. I got people coming over. I just got up last night cooking late into the night, trying to get my foods kind of started. Heck of a mango chutney. But I had Friday in the mail. I had the biggest surprise. I did not expect this, did not know this was coming. Zero idea. And what showed up but the brand new Biltmore album from Biltmore. And this is Michael Muller. And for those who've been around, Michael Muller had a VC channel. Once in a while, I think he pops up, but really doesn't do much on with his YouTube channel anymore. But he's kind of busy. He was doing the channel during the pandemic. Now that it's up, his group Biltmore is back going, and so he's out there. And this is a group he does with Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe, I think, plays the keys. Michael plays the guitar. What makes this album fun is they bring in friends. They have friends come in. There is Aisha Burns, a violinist, and does some vocal work. And there's Clarice Jensen, who plays cello. And remember, every album, there's always room for cello. So they're in here, and plus assorted other musicians. So what happens is this becomes a more well-rounded album. I love the other albums. You know, after the flood, I saved all the vinyl from Michael's music because it's beautiful. It means a lot to me. It's kind of like, you know, Michael P. Dawson and Michael Christensen. Holy crap. Michael Muller, Michael P. Dawson, Michael Christensen. It's the mic thing. I swear to it, it's the frickin' mic thing, man. What the heck? I just thought, oh, wow. All right, so if you want to be a musician, your name's Mike, you have a chance at it. If your name's not Mike, just find another line of work because you're not going to make it, okay? All right, just telling you. All right, so the music on this is neoclassical. Probably best to describe it. Instrumental textures, there's propulsive rhythms, I would say, because they have percussion. Tonal landscapes. It's beautiful. It is a painted picture, is really what you get. They recorded this in Vermont, and you can feel it. There's this very relaxed vibe. But the songs, they take you on a ride. There's a lot of different emotion on here. It varies from the sadness that you feel in the song called Loss, but it's followed by a very uplifting number called New Conditions. There is Held, which is it's a peaceful soundscape, but then there's Violent Shiver, and that it almost has like this experimental industrial feel by the use of percussion that they bring in. It was very neat. I really, really liked it. There was what's it called? You know, you try to remember some of this. Range was one. And it just has this, it starts with this dreamy but ominous sounding guitar. And then suddenly it goes into this beautiful acoustic guitar. And I'm going to play you a sample of that. And I think I'm playing you a sample of New Conditions. It's just, this is the kind of music that to me, everyone should have, that should listen to, that you need at times. Would you play maybe every day? Maybe not, but you should have it. There they are in the studio. And here is the different musicians that play on this album. Really, really beautiful. Michael's right over here. This, I was totally unexpected. It's on Deutsche Grammophon. For their albums, for their part of the Deutsche Grammophon family. Incredible. It just came out. It just came out, or if not, it's coming out within a week. And it's my favorite. I just, these extra people brought in have given this something extra. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Michael, thank you. That was an amazing album. Absolutely amazing. Okay, moving into Record Store Day. You heard about that, right, in April? Well, now we're showing those albums properly. And this was one of the best. Flash and the Dynamics. I talked about this one. This is the one I wanted. Quit headbutting me, cat. And this one did not disappoint. No, why, dude? You don't need to. So, Flash and the Dynamics from this is called what's it called? The New York Sound, and this came out in 1971. And these are a bunch of all the musicians were born in Puerto Rico, and they were living in New York. They love Puerto Rico. Yep. So that's but they were living in El Barrio in New York City. This cooks. It is filled with fiery Latin rhythms. Just incredible electric guitars going on, and this catchy melodies. It was amazing. It just begins with Guijara Sociodelica. Must be psychedelic. It was crazy fuzzy guitars happening, just blows you out of your seat, and it's just backed by this Latin beat. Fantastic. Goes right into electric Latin soul, which is an instrumental, but there's just this wah-wah fuzzed out guitar happening, and then the percussion comes in. Amazing stuff. Electric Lady Soul was no, I just talked about that. Wild and what was there? What was it called? Oh well, Nina, 50s doo-wop. So suddenly they go into this 50s doo-wop, which was really, really kind of different. Yo te quiero. They're just cool sound. Are their vocals the best? They're not maybe the best vocalists in the whole wide world. It's on Tico label. But the musicianship, and they could play each other's instruments. And they only did this one album. This was amazing, and if you see it out there, I don't think it goes. If I bought it on Record Store Day, I guarantee you it is not that high of a price. But it's wild, it's infectious, it blows Santana away. Santana has better vocals, but the guitar work on this is amazing. And gosh darn it, I just wowzers. We'll give this a wowzer. Good stuff. Then we get into Sisters of Mercy. This came into my local record store. Radio Wasteland once again delivers. We got a person there. Let's see, lots of words. That's about it. Can I get the sleeve back in? Oh, all right, I'm not putting in the sleeve. There's too many videos out there going, they're doing a Steve Carlson. So, all right. It's good to have your own move. Sisters of Mercy. Started in 80, broke up in 85, began in 87, still going. They're only a touring band. They've done 3 albums. That's it. They're still touring. 3 albums. Hey, you got the right stuff, you got the right stuff. This is their second album, Floodland, came out in 1987. And this is the band that's had constant lineup changes. Constant. It's always changing. There's always somebody new in there. You know, there's a couple of the key members, but that's it. Sisters of Mercy itself, the name came from a Leonard Cohen song. They originally had thought about calling themselves the Captains of Industry, but they didn't think it was very funny. So the Sisters of Mercy was a funnier title. I mean, every time you kind of get that, you know, your sister, you know, some of the Sisters of Mercy, I mean, you chuckle, it makes you giggle a little bit. Right. Okay. All right. So, Floodland. This is the album. It's the second album. They switched from being a more guitar-oriented band into Wagner. There we go. Type of music. They added a lot more keyboards, and they went goth. And they went goth big time. And this is considered one of those, you know, important goth albums. I don't know a lot about goth. I have a goth box set over here, and yeah, I probably should listen to it more. But it's vast. It's these vast and black soundscapes. Majestic, I think, is another word that you could use for this. The production, it's lush. Jim Steinman did the production on there, the guy from Meatloaf. And the imagery, the vocal, lyrical imagery is kind of scary. It does have the incredible song, The Corrosion. I'm playing you a sample of that. You go, hey, I know that song, just in case you don't know. Hey, now, no. What a great song that is. Really nice to have this beautiful copy of a classic album. You can get a MoFi too. MoFi released this of all things, but yeah, pretty cool. Into some jazz. This is a treat. This is an absolute phenomenal treat. Got it on clearance in Amazon. The Mind is, you know, you guys are probably, you watch these videos are they're historic, as you can watch someone's mind completely go. Pretty sure, yeah. So this album was recommended to me by Scott Spinner 1. He would talk about, that's George Scott out of Scotland. He has my favorite jazz channel. Not on the records, dude. Not on the records. And love George. He is my YouTube golfing buddy. Not that we've golfed together. And George, I've yet to swing my golf clubs. Maybe this weekend. So he read, you know, and this was on clearance on Amazon. What a great album. This is fun. It's wonderful. If you're not into jazz, you don't know where you want to go, you're not sure about jazz, I highly recommend this one because it is so listenable. It came out in 1958. It's called Blues Walk. And many consider this to be Lou Donaldson's masterpiece, and I get why. It's very accessible, it's warm, it's inviting, just wonderful stuff. It's just bluesy, easy swinging. Move up. I mean, it just starts with, you know, this, well, it starts with Blues Walk, which just has just this great kind of feel. And then there's like Move, which is an up-tempo, bebop, classic, wonderful stuff. You have Play Ray and Calling All Cats. Calling all cats. He doesn't come. Cats don't come for nothing. So you can call a cat all you want. A cat doesn't give a crap. But Calling All Cats. But I think it's Hip Cats. Yeah, both of those are originals that he did. If you're listening to this, the best thing I can tell you is you need to put on some shades because it is cool. Real cool. Just incredible. It's just so much fun. This album is fantastic. For those, if you like bebop, if, again, jazz isn't your thing, but you just want something that's just fun. You want to put something on, just like, yeah, man. Boom. That's the one. That's the one for you. Okay, moving in. Plains. Plains. I grew up on the plains, the Great Plains of Nebraska. All right, Plains. I Walked With You A Ways. I Walked With You A Ways is the name of the album title. I think it's kind of a dumb title, quite honestly. I walk with you a ways. Okay, it just seems awkward, but doesn't matter. Last year, many people had this in their top 10 list as their favorite albums. I did not, because I didn't own it. But after watching all these videos, all these people constantly talking about how great it is, I thought, I need to get this. And so I bought it. I put it on and I go, well, why'd that make everyone's top 10 list? I'm not quite sure on this one. But repeated listenings, I've really gotten to like this thing. This was kind of a sleeper for me. It's on beautiful Coke vinyl, is what we call that. And there is an inner sleeve here. Oh, actually, this is the actual, they give you, not only do they give you a record sleeve, but they also give you a real inner sleeve. There's two topless young ladies there. And then we have that. So, very nice. That's really, because I'm nice when, I like when albums do this. This is from Vinyl Me Please. And Vinyl Me Please, you pay a little more, but they actually do take care of you. Give you good packaging. So, this came out last year. Katie Crutchfield and Jess Williamson. They did together. There's one of them has a band, Wachi Kuchi Wuchi Wachi Kwakataka. You know, it's some kind of long word that there's no way in God's green earth I would ever get it right. But this is really, it's kind of an interpretation of old school country, more pop. They trade off lead vocals and along with songwriting, and their harmonizing is phenomenal. Just beautiful. You have the song like Abilene. It just has this, it's sorrowful, but incredibly beautiful song. Problem With It, I think, yeah, Problem With It was one. Fantastic guitars going on. I really like them. Line of Sight comes in next, and the harmonies are just so well put together. They just flow so well, and they have a dobro going on. Really liked it. Kind of, it's like a Dixie Chicks song, you know. Is really neat. This album had to grow on me. Again, I was on everyone's top 10 list, and so I bought it, and I love windmills. I'm always out trying to photograph them. You don't see them very often anymore. They're all gone. But I digress as usual. So I just repeated listenings. I like this a lot, and I really do. And I can see why it made up. I would not have made my number one, but this was really good. Plains. With the very dumb title, I Walked With You A Ways. Why not just go all the way then? I mean, just a ways.
Always fun getting a little drunk on your back deck in the rain, and I cook for you like a good woman do. You had no reason to be afraid that my heart was hidden behind the wall that came before you. It's really no one's fault, but I tried to warn you.
Final one, Franz Ferdinand. Franz Ferdinand. For years, I've just called him Franz Ferdinand. I don't know why. Franz Ferdinand, duh. I mean, it's a historical figure. Shit. Oh, well. Yeah, that's just me and my desire to not be able to speak right. Inner sleeve, there they are, quirky. You know, I think of this as a new album, but guess what? This thing's 20 years old. Holy cow. To me, it's like new music. It's 20 years old. Unbelievable. And so this is just one of those fun albums that came out, I believe, in 2003 is when it originally came out. And they're out of Glasgow. And that group actually started in 2002. George, maybe you were in this group. I don't know. But it is, you know, they named Their name in the group actually was going to be called Archduke Ferdinand, named after a racehorse. But then they looked in there and go, wait a second. Archduke Ferdinand's named after Franz Ferdinand, the guy, the Austrian king or prince or royalty that was assassinated and World War I started. They liked the sound of it. Hey, that sounds pretty good. Franz Ferdinand. So there you have it. A little piece of history. So this is their debut. And of course it has the hits on here. What was that? Hits Dark. What was it? Dark of Matinee? No. Darts of Pleasure. Darts of Pleasure was a big hit for them, and just wonderful. Just fun stuff. I remember when that came out. Really, really cute. And also, what was it? Take Me Out. Take Me Out. That was the big one. Boom. All over the airwaves. And I'll play you a sample of that one because I always get copyrighted anyway. Everything that, it's not a strike, but this is a copyright. I get so many of those messages. It's incredible. That's why you don't make any money off YouTube if you do samples, but doesn't matter. So very good. This is a memorable slice of 2003. It's just one of those things that bring you back. I used to have it on CD. It was just fun. There was a young person sold their record collection back to Radio Wasteland, and I swooped in and picked this up. Very great stuff. Catchy, fun music. Excellent. Just fun to have. Brings you back. Again, you think it's a new album. The sucker is 20 years old. Wow. All right, thanks for stopping by, for being a part of the broadcast today. I appreciate it. My record room is getting hot. I am upstairs and the heat is on. Yeah, and then you get a big furry cat sitting on you and you really start to cook. But hope everyone has a great week. Don't forget, we got my podcast with Jim Gleason, two guys talking about records. Check it out. We're having a good time. This week we're doing one about the soundtracks, original soundtrack scores, our favorites. We'll talk about that. So thank you. And again, Biltmore, new album came out. Michael Muller, thank you. Everyone have a good week. Bye.